one quiet confession could reopen one of the most talked about relationships in R&B history. For years, fans believed the story between Usher and Rozonda Chilli Thomas was already written. A passionate romance, a painful breakup, and two global stars who eventually moved on. But recently, something unexpected happened. During a candid conversation, Chilli shared reflections about the past that instantly sent fans into a frenzy online. People started asking the same dramatic question: does this finally close the chapter on one of music's most legendary couples? Because if you know the history between Usher and Chilli, you know it was never just another celebrity relationship. It was a love story that defined an era. And what she just revealed may change the way fans see everything. So tonight, we're taking a deep look at the rise, the heartbreak, the rumors, and the truth behind one of the most iconic relationships in music history. And by the end of this story, you might realize the real lesson wasn't about fame or scandal at all. It was about timing. To understand why fans are reacting so strongly right now, we need to go back to the beginning, back to the late 1990s when two young stars were dominating the music industry. Usher was becoming one of the biggest R&B voices in the world. Smooth vocals, confident stage presence, and a growing reputation as the next superstar. At the same time, Chilli was already a global sensation as a member of TLC, one of the most successful girl groups of all time. When their paths crossed, it didn't take long for sparks to fly. Fans loved them together. They looked like the perfect power couple, two beautiful, talented artists at the top of their careers. But behind the scenes, things were far more complicated, because fame has a way of magnifying every emotion, every disagreement, every mistake, every rumor. And when two global stars try to build a relationship while living under constant public scrutiny, the pressure can become overwhelming. Their romance quickly became one of the most talked about celebrity relationships of the early 2000s, but the love story didn't last. The breakup was messy, emotional, and very public. And for years, fans debated the same question: what really happened between Usher and Chilli? Some believed it was simply two young stars growing apart. Others believed there were deeper issues: trust, loyalty, and the intense lifestyle that comes with fame. And then, something happened that made the story even more complicated. In 2004, Usher released one of the most successful albums of his career, Confessions. The album was explosive, emotionally raw, full of songs about heartbreak, betrayal, and personal mistakes. Tracks like Burn and Confessions Part 2 felt incredibly personal. Fans immediately started connecting the lyrics to his relationship with Chilli. Was this album his way of telling the truth? Was he confessing something real? Or was it simply artistic storytelling? For years, people argued about it. Some believed the music revealed hidden details about their breakup. Others insisted the album was fictional, inspired by multiple stories rather than one relationship. But the emotional impact was undeniable. The album sold millions of copies. And in a strange way, the breakup between Usher and Chilli became part of pop culture history. Yet here's something many fans didn't realize at the time. Breakups are painful for anyone. But imagine going through heartbreak while the entire world watches, analyzes, and speculates. Every interview becomes a headline. Every comment becomes a debate online. That kind of attention can make healing almost impossible. Over time, both stars continued building their lives and careers. Usher went on to achieve even greater success in music and entertainment. Chilli continued performing with TLC and pursuing new projects. Years passed, the drama faded, and eventually the story seemed to settle into the past. But something interesting happened in recent years. Fans never stopped caring about this relationship. Whenever either of them mentioned the other in interviews, social media exploded with curiosity. People kept asking the same question: could they ever reconcile? Was there still unfinished business between them? It's a powerful example of how celebrity relationships sometimes become bigger than the people involved. Fans create emotional connections to these stories. They remember where they were when the songs came out. They remember the music videos, the performances, the headlines. So when Chilli recently reflected on that chapter of her life, it naturally reignited interest. Her words were thoughtful, reflective, and honest. But what stood out most was the sense of closure. Not bitterness, not drama, closure. And that's something many fans weren't expecting, because for years, the internet loved to imagine the possibility of a reunion, a second chance, a rekindled romance. But real life rarely follows the script fans write. Sometimes the most mature ending to a story is simply acceptance. Two people who shared an important chapter, but ultimately walked different paths. And maybe that's the deeper lesson behind this entire story. Timing matters. Love matters, but timing matters just as much. Two people can care deeply about each other and still realize they're meant to grow in different directions. It doesn't erase the past, it doesn't erase the memories, but it allows both people to move forward. And that's exactly what seems to have happened here. Instead of fueling drama, Chilli's reflections offered something rare in celebrity culture: perspective, growth, a reminder that even famous relationships are still human relationships. Of course, the internet still has opinions. Some fans say the couple should have found their way back to each other. Others believe their breakup was necessary for both of their journeys. So now we want to hear from you. Do you think Usher and Chilli were the perfect couple who simply had the wrong timing, or do you believe their breakup was inevitable? Let us know in the comments. Because celebrity love stories often reveal something about our own expectations for relationships. We want fairy tale endings, we want dramatic reunions, but sometimes the most powerful ending is simply peace. Two people who once loved each other deeply, choosing to move forward with respect instead of regret. And maybe that's why this story still resonates decades later, not because of the drama, but because it reminds us how complicated love can be. Before we go, don't forget to subscribe to Celeb World Insight for more deep-dive celebrity stories, hidden Hollywood history, and the real truth behind the headlines. If you enjoyed this documentary-style breakdown, hit the like button, share this video with a friend, and tell us your thoughts in the comments. And stay tuned, because in our next episode, we're uncovering another celebrity story that the internet can't stop talking about. Trust us, this one might shock you even more.